పుస్తకావిష్కరణ కార్యక్రమంలో రాష్ట్రపతి మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
I would like to express my deep appreciation to Sri Vidyasagar Rao for inviting me to be present on this happy occasion and to receive the first copy of his book Uniki, which reflects his own perspectives on different issues which affect the life of individuals and also of nation. The very title of the book, Uniki, English translation of which will mean existence, is philosophical. And one who will go through these various subjects and issues which have been dealt in the book will find a distinct note of a philosophical approach of the author to various aspects of the subjects which he has dealt with. I knew Sri Vidyasagar Rao when he entered his career in Parliament, and well before that, he earned himself the distinction of being the leader of his party on the floor of the undivided Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly for more than 1.5 decades. As a parliamentarian, he marked himself and made wonderful contribution, as everyone has referred to, by bringing a private member's bill amending the Indian Penal Code to provide stringent punishment to bigamy being a cognizable and non-bailable offence. From here we can draw a lesson to all fellow parliamentarians that an active parliamentarian need not necessarily could serve only as a minister sitting in the treasury bench, but sitting in the opposition, apart from utilizing the floor to uphold the cause of the people as he feels, he or she, but also in the legislative initiatives, like introducing private member bills, resolutions. And in Indian history of Parliament, you will find many such examples which have created momentous legislations and played effective role. Abolition of slavery in England, and from that perspective, from the whole world, was an individual initiative by a member of the then British Labour Party in the first half of the 19th century, Sir Wilberforce. It created such a tremendous stir in the House of Commons, and later it got reflected outside, that ultimately slavery from all countries were abolished. Similarly, this social evil, which society was suffering for a very long period of time, could brought to the focused attention of the lawmakers and administrators, and finally to make it a cognizable offense and create social awareness. I had privilege of watching his performance in the Union Council of Ministers under Atal Bihari Vajpayee as Minister in the Ministry of Home Affairs and also in Commerce and Industries. His gentle, persuasive, and equally logical and rational approach would disarm his critics on the floor of the House. So when I received his invitation, it was difficult for me not to accept it, and it coincided with my southern sojourn. And once again, I express my gratitude to him for giving me the first copy of his publication. Normally, our political leaders do not reflect their thoughts, ideas, perspectives on different issues with which they are involved. That was not the case in the earlier days. If we look at the history of the oldest India's political organization, Indian National Congress, you will find almost every Congress president from 1885, W.C. Banerjee, to the completion of its 60th year, including the presidency of Pattabi Sitaramaiah, almost all the Congress presidents have written their experiences, their ideas, the situations in which they worked. And today, these are the immense treasures for the research and historical workers. Because the time in which one works must be captured in one's individual perspectives, reflections, and ideas. I am happy Mr. Vidyasagar Rao is an exception to nowadays these rare happenings. I hope he will continue to go on writing and present his countrymen his own perspectives on issues which affect the life of the people. I also take this opportunity to pay my tribute to the leaders who have struggled to establish independent Telangana almost immediately after independence, and finally seeing their dream coming to reality. I would hope and expect that both the states, undivided Andhra Pradesh, from where Telangana was carved out, now Andhra Pradesh and Telangana They will work in harmony for the betterment of the people of this country. Because this is very important region, particularly this city. Hyderabad city is just not the state headquarters or a capital city. It is something more. The first concept of the cyber city, high-tech city, core competence of the modern day civilization, information technology, began with Hyderabad. It emerged as an educational hub. And not only the people of this region, or Telangana, or Andhra Pradesh, but the benefit have reached to whole of India. Therefore, it has its national importance. Always there will be problems, particularly when a new entity is created, carving out from its old framework. That raises many problems. I cannot, and I should not share my views on this important issue because I was personally associated in my earlier capacity for a very long period of time to deal with this issue. But only I would like to suggest that we shall have to learn one lesson in our domestic relations and also in our international relations, that we can choose our friend, but we cannot choose our neighbors. Our neighbors are going to stay where they are. We may like it, we may not like it. But it is for us to decide whether we should live with our neighbors in peace, harmony, or in perpetual tension. Choice is ours. And that is the lesson of history. One of the most important commandments of Christ was in the 10 Commandments, love thy neighbor. Therefore, my appeal to all concerned would be, now it is the reality. Telangana has come to exist. Telangana, Andhra, and all other bordering states work in close harmony because we belong to India. And in working with close harmony, we will ensure our sustainable development, which is the desire and for which Prime Ministers are taking a number of initiatives. And all initiatives are most important and significant. Clean India, Digital India, Make in India. All these are absolutely necessary for us to have our rightful place in the Committee of Nations, if we want to have it, and which is legitimately due to us. But we can have it only if we work in close cooperation and atmosphere of peace and tranquility, understanding and harmony. Nothing can resist us. We can fulfill all the cherished goals and achieve our rightful place in the Committee of Nations. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this opportunity of sharing some of my perceptions. Thank you. Jai Hind.